Alright then guys, how's it going? JTJudgment here, and I am back with yet another player review, and today we're going to be looking at a very expensive player and a very highly rated player. We have got the 90 rated Zlatan Ibrahimovic. Now before I get into the actual review guys, I want to say a massive thank you to one of my friends who let me on his account to use this card, because he did get lucky enough guys to pull him in a pack this early in Ultimate Team. So Nath, if you're watching this, a massive thanks to you, and let's get on with the review guys. So what do we think of Zlatan Ibrahimovic? He's the 90 rated card we all have loved over the past few years, but as we all know by now guys, the biggest downside to this card is that Zlatan has lost his 5-star skill moves and he's been downgraded to the 4-star skill moves. He still has pretty much identical stats to what he has had over the past couple of years, but you know, Ibrahimovic has always been known as a skiller in Ultimate Team. I think he's always had the 5-star skill moves, which is why people enjoyed using him so much. But this year guys, unfortunately he has lost the maximum amount of skills you can have in the 5-star. You can still do skills with 4-star skill moves, but you just have a lot more fun with players, especially if you know exactly what you're doing with skills with a player with 5 stars basically. Now let's go, you know, obviously his in-game stats are very good. He's 90 rated guys. You only expect the best from a 90 rated player. If you want to see his stats guys, just rewind the video and pause on the stats that you want to see. Is he worth the coins? Because as of recording this video guys, he does go for an absolute shit ton. He does go for around the 850,000 coin mark. Now in my opinion, he's a good player, don't get me wrong. There is no way I could say that Zlatan Ibrahimovic is a bad player in FIFA Ultimate Team, but I personally do not think he is anywhere close to as good as he was last year. Not only due to the fact that he no longer has 5-star skills, but the way the game works. Last year he suited the game absolutely perfectly, but the way the game works this year, you need to have pace, especially in your strikers, and Zlatan Ibrahimovic has not got that much pace. I think he's got 76 pace, which is borderline usable I guess this year in Ultimate Team, but ideally you have to have at least 80 pace in your strikers to be able to counter, you know, the pacey centre backs and defences that you're going to come up against. You know, if you come up against teams with bad chemistry and slow centre backs, then yes, he's going to do okay. But if you come up against people using fast full backs and fast centre backs, then you really are going to struggle. Now let me go through his other weaknesses guys, other than his pace obviously being one of the big ones. His positioning for me was a bit iffy. He's got the medium attacking work rate and low defensive work rate, same as he's always had I do believe, but this year he made a hell of a lot less runs for me than he did last year. I mean, last year when I used him, he made runs on his own, but this year it's a bit different, and he turned out to be this year guys the sort of player where I had to manually make the run, and I absolutely hate it when I have to do that all the time. Me personally, I like my strikers to make certain runs and some runs on their own, not just me do it absolutely every time. His passing for me was absolutely dreadful. I did try use him as a centre attacking midfielder and a centre forward to try out his passing, but you know, other than the odd pass or two where it was half decent, it was really bad, and his finesse shots were really bad for me as well. Now I was really surprised to find this out, because as you see from the goals guys, his long shots, his power long shots for me were insane, absolutely fantastic, but when I got him in the position to take a finesse from about 20 yards or more, he absolutely failed, and he hit it with, you know, so little power that it had bounced so many times, and by the time it had landed by the goalkeeper, it was rolling, and it was rolling for about 2 or 3 seconds. So finessing from pretty much anywhere other than inside the box with this guy is really bad. Now moving over to his strengths guys, his right foot is insane. You will see from the goals, these are the sort of shots that he takes game in, game out, every single game. His right foot is absolutely fantastic. So if you know, you buy in Zlatan to shoot from a distance, you know, power shoot it from a distance anywhere, then you know he is capable of scoring long distance goals. You know, the proof in this video, guys. Dribbling and ball controls with him is absolutely fantastic. He's obviously got the 4-star skill moves. His strength is really good. He doesn't seem as strong as he was last year, guys. I mean, me personally, I don't feel that strength is of a major factor as it was last year. Strength is still a big part of the game, don't get me wrong, but last year you could feel stronger players a lot easier than you do this year. So Ibrahimovic has definitely got good strength, but you know, the way the game works, it's a lot easier to muscle him off the ball than it was last year, and he's got a very reliable weak foot. He's got 4-star on the weak foot, guys. So is he worth it? In my opinion, I've got to say maybe. Now, why do I say maybe? If you have to have pace in your strikers, then obviously Zlatan Ibrahimovic is not going to suit your style of play. However, if you don't have to have pace in your strikers and you like, you know, not using the sprint button and just casually doing skills around the whole team, dribbling past defenders and then occasionally taking a pop on goal from a distance, then this guy is definitely a player you're going to want to try. Now, he's not exactly cheap, guys. Like I said, he does go for, you know, 100, 200,000 coin less than $1 million. So that's a lot of coins to be spending on a player this early in Ultimate Team. Not a lot of people are going to be able to afford such an expensive player. But if you ask me, guys, I got to say he's maybe worth it. If you have the coins, but you have to have pace in your strikers, then I honestly have to say try to avoid him. But if you have the coins to buy him and you're not someone who has to have pace in your strikers, basically, then Ibrahimovic is definitely a player that you should try out, in my opinion, guys. I've given him a 9.3 out of 10. He's a fantastic player, but in my opinion, Zlatan's card last year was a lot better, guys. That's going to wrap up this Ibrahimovic review. If you did like it and it did help you decide whether or not to purchase him, then a like is greatly appreciated. Subscribe for more reviews and FIFA related content to come in the future. I'd also like to say, guys, follow me on Twitter. The links, everything you need is in the description. You can head on over there, have a chat with me. If there's any questions you want to ask me, Twitter is the place to ask me. Link is in the description, guys. Go over there and follow me, and occasionally I may do some pink slips every now and then as well. That is the place where I will decide my opponents, guys. So that's going to wrap up this video, and as always from me, guys, please take care, and I will see you all next time. Ta-da, guys.